I've been thinking about how fragile stability really is. Like how one government decision or lack of decision can suddenly threaten whether millions of people, millions of families have food to eat. This is crazy. Right now, because of the government shutdown, there's a chance that the SNAP program, the food stamps, won't be distributed. Now, before recording this video, I saw that a judge more or less blocked that from happening, but there's a chance, right? And even just the looming threat of that has put 40 plus million in a fearful state. Parents, elders, children, all depending on something that might not come. And it's one of those things that really kind of hits you in the gut, like whether you're impacted or not. At least it does for me. I guess I can't speak for everybody. I guess not everyone necessarily cares or has that, kind of soft spot. But the reality is, the truth is, like most of us, a lot of us are only one crisis away from things completely falling apart. And I know that I have been in that position more than once. And honestly, I'm not that far from it still, because again, one crisis could really change everything. Now, this isn't like a political video by any means, but I think in this moment, this type of uncertainty that we're dealing with says a lot about how the world works right now and also how it's worked for a long time. We live in systems that are not built for our safety. They're built for efficiency, control, optics. And when those systems crack or crumble, regular people who are doing their best with what they have are the ones who usually pay for it. So this is why this kind of hits home for me. I've been in that situation where I'm quietly praying and waiting anxiously for a deposit to hit my account. I've been in that situation where I'm refreshing my bank account to see if I have enough for the next transaction to go through. And I just remember thinking, like, if this is what survival mode looks like, I don't want any parts of this. Like, I have to get out of this situation. And I don't mean like off the grid, like completely out of the system, but I just mean out of the dependency where like my entire sense of safety relied on somebody else keeping their promise or doing their job. And so for a while, I really focused on learning new skills, not to get rich or like escape the matrix, but just being able to have a bit more control. I wanted to feel like I would be able to take care of my family, even if the system, fell asleep at the wheel, which is kind of what it feels like. And that is really what led me to try and figure out like how to make money online. Now, this is not like a make money online video. I'm not a business coach. I'm not about to hit you with some new opportunity, but I'm just here to talk about, that's something that changed my life. And I don't even really mean financially, I mean psychologically. Okay. Because once you experience what it's like to generate something on your own, the relationship that you have with the fear and the uncertainty kind of shifts. You become so much more empowered when you figure out how to use your creativity and these free platforms like the one that we're on to generate income in a way that benefits you and in a way that benefits other people. Changes the game. And that's what I want to talk about. I don't want to talk about hustling. I don't want to talk about grinding, but I want to talk about how to take your power back when our government keeps showing us that it doesn't owe us anything and it's not necessarily looking out for any one of us. And this isn't just about money, okay? It's about emotional regulation. It's about feeling safe in your nervous system. It's about not having to outsource your peace and your safety and your security to these systems that just do not care about me and do not care about you, really. And when your security is tied to a job title, a government, there's always like this low grade anxiety that you have to live with. And you might not even realize it, but your body realizes it. Your body ultimately realizes like we're not safe unless the system is here and it provides. And that conditioning can run pretty deep, especially if you grew up watching. So here's the thing. Learning how to build something of your own, no matter how small at first, helps you feel so much more safe and so much more empowered. I remember I didn't necessarily feel rich, But I felt wealthy in the sense of, whoa, if I could do this once, I can do this over again and again and again. And that's like a different kind of wealth. It's knowing that you can create. So, I see the news knowing that SNAP might stop, that the government is continuing to delay paychecks. I feel empathy for that. I know that fear intimately. But then after that, I also feel this conviction because a lot of us need to learn how to source our safety and security differently, because the truth is the world is not stable. This empire that we live in called America is not dependable. And waiting for things to get back to normal is, I don't know. It's just, I don't know that that safety is coming. I don't know that that normal is coming. And while God is our one and only true source, we can also learn how to create a sense of safety within ourselves. Okay. And we can become people that know how to at least generate that income for ourselves and create for ourselves. And that's how you kind of breathe a little bit lighter in the chaos. And I want to be real, like it took me a long time to get here, but not as long as it's taken me to figure out other things. I just really had to unlearn a lot of the internal noise that said, who are you to put yourself out? Who are you to think that you could do this? I had a voice that told me, just be grateful for what you have. Why would you try to go get more and try and create more, right? Like my parents kind of put that on me. And everyone just trying to tell me like, it's fine. You have a stable job, just trust it. But like things weren't fine in my opinion. And pretending that they wasn't going to help me, and it wasn't going to help anyone, right? So if you're watching this video right now and you have that same quiet fear in your chest, like, what if this next deposit doesn't come? I get it. You're not crazy for feeling anxious. You're not ungrateful for wanting more control and support. You're human, okay? And also, this could be your signal and opportunity to realize that maybe you're ready for something different, like a different kind of safety that starts from within you and knowing what you're capable of. And I believe that a lot of people are a lot more resourceful than they realize as it relates to doing something creative to create additional income. And that's what building online has done for not necessarily complete freedom from work, because I still work, but freedom from necessarily depending on something. Okay, so the government might sort itself out, it might not. SNAP could be funded right now, might not. But every time something like this happens, for me, it's a reminder that the world that we were told would protect us is running on borrowed time, that this government does not necessarily care about you, does not necessarily care about me. A lot of it is theater. And this is kind of just a reminder that, the power that maybe you've been waiting on to come and sort things out for you to put you in a better situation could within you. Okay, I'm not making this video to tell you to start a business overnight. I'm not making this video to glamorize, entrepreneurship or being self-made, but I really just want to make this video to remind you that you have more power than maybe you believe, maybe than you realize. And with all of this uncertainty that's going around right now, this is an invitation for you to step into it, to really trust yourself, to create something that can't be shut down, and to realize that no matter what happens, no matter what goes on, having that knowing that you can depend on you. So that's where I'll end this video here. My name is Sid Scott. Thanks for watching another video. I'll see you in the next one.